Hi, I'm Susan Adams, and if you like history and you like scary things, then I think you're going to like my latest book, Haunted Tombstone and Ghost Towns of the San Pedro River. It's about the haunted places in Tombstone and the three ghost towns that are near Tombstone: Millville, Charleston, and Fairbank. Um, there's some history, but then there's also a lot of ghost stuff in it. There's some ghost pictures where I went to the Birdcage Theater and I caught several things on camera. Um, Lots of photographs of the ghost towns and a lot of history about how they came to be and how they died out. So, a lot of research in there, a lot of interesting stuff, I think, that people might like. Last year, I did the Haunted Tales from Indiana and Beyond. This was about places in southern Indiana that I had grown up with, legends and different haunted spots. And I think it was a fairly good read. I always go back and read my stuff after I write it, after several months have passed. I'll go back and read it just to see if it's any good or not. And I thought it's a pretty good story. So I'm hoping that Haunted Tombstone is going to give me the same kind of feeling. Um, if you go to my YouTube page, which would be Susan Terrell Adams, go to that channel, there's actually a walkthrough that I did back in the summer of Tombstone when we were shut down for COVID. And I basically take you on a walking tour through the town, and I show you some of the places that I have talked about in the book. Tombstone Bordello, I'm representing for them today. People always want to go stay in a haunted house. Well, if you want to go to someplace haunted and spend the night, go to the Tombstone Bordello, because it is definitely haunted. 9 rooms of fun. The girls there are pretty mischievous. They're not mean. They just like to do little things, move objects around, and do ghostly appearances sometimes, and whisper and things like that. So that's a place that you can actually go and stay and experience some of the supernatural activity that is Tombstone. Tombstone is a very haunted town. The reason for that is because of the silver mine underneath. A lot of the paranormal researchers say that the silver that's still down there just acts like a big battery, and it keeps all of the spirit activity charged up. I talked to several different people while I was doing this book about different ghost experiences they had. I stayed at the bordello myself for almost 2 months, and there were a couple things that happened. Nothing really exciting, but definitely something happened. So if you haven't been to Tombstone, there is much more to Tombstone than a 30-second gunfight on Fremont Street. There is so much more there. Birdcage Theater is the most haunted spot in Tombstone. It's been verified with every ghost researching group there is. There is so much activity there. I caught so much activity when I went up and took pictures. One night I walked up by myself, and there wasn't a whole lot going on, so I just sat down on a bench and just kind of talking aloud and asking the spirits where they were and why they weren't coming out, because I just didn't feel like I was getting anything on film. And my camera, just the zoom lens, went out by itself, and that's not normal because you got to hit a button to do that. It just did it on its own. And then my battery immediately drained after that. So, it's just, there's so many stories. I've tried to capture everything that I could in the book. There's just a lot there, and you just have to experience Tombstone for yourself. You just have to come and walk around and just see the history and just, get a feel for what this town used to be. So I don't really want to give anything away. I don't want to spoil the book for you, so I better stop talking, because I tend to start giving things away the more I talk. So I hope that you will read it. I'm going to set it up for a free download for a couple of days this month, so you can get it on Kindle absolutely free. I would appreciate it if you would leave reviews, because reviews help me out so much. Tell me if you love it. Tell me if you hate it. But tell me why. I want to know. So I hope you will take a look at Haunted Tombstone, which you can also get in paperback. And actually, it's going to be for sale at the Bordello here soon. So if you come to Tombstone, you can just pick up a copy there. So until the next book comes out, I'll see you later.